I went from broke to 500K in under a year, and this is how you're gonna do it too. Now, this video, I'm pretty much gonna share my story, how I did it, and I don't want you to think this is like an Amazon, like, oh my god, I did Amazon FBA, I did drop shipping. No, this is not one of those videos. I literally just want to share my story and inspire you to choose your own way and do whatever you want. But the lessons that you're gonna learn throughout this whole video will help you succeed in quite literally anything that you want very quickly. And I want to break down how I became a multi-six-figure earner in my 20s in under a year. All right, here again, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am basically a female entrepreneur, digital nomad, and I love to share my wisdom and a lot of how to do what I did on my channel and in general success advice for women so they're able to pretty much live their dream life too. So make sure to buckle up and let's get into it. I was born in Lima, Peru, and spent half of my life there. I literally never liked school or the way that things worked in the world. Even in kindergarten, I didn't want to wear uniform. I always thought that everybody looked the same. I'm like, I don't want to look like everybody else. I want to be different. I want to be able to like shine my own way, whatever. But I always got into conflict with teachers, with any authority in general, because I just didn't like the way things worked. And when you're a child, you don't really have that concept of consequences. So I always got in trouble a lot in school. I got suspended multiple times. But as I grew older, I kept on getting in trouble. Every single school I went to, I was always flagged as the troublemaker. But deep down, I never knew why I had that hate for the way things work. The only thing I knew is that I never liked to be controlled or told what to do. I loved my freedom and I loved to express myself in whatever way I wanted. I just always felt like an outsider because nobody really understood that pain I had from being in such a systematic way of life. Everybody just deemed it as normal, and I was the one that was like, what the hell is this? Like, I can't do this. I can't be in this. And I know maybe it's like too exaggerated for you guys, but once again, this is something that I personally never ever liked. Eventually, I ended up dropping out of high school. I was around 17. It was mid-junior year, never finished junior year. But I dropped out of high school. I completely stopped. I just knew I could do better things than be in high school. Once I sat down and questioned what is high school going to be useful for, am I going to college? I said, fuck no. No, I never want a job. I honestly despise jobs. I also got so much anxiety thinking that I was literally just in high school to get a diploma, piece of paper that would deem my worth. And then I would go to college where I would get another piece of paper in return for like 4 years of my life, and then get a whole job for the rest of my life. That would be my whole life. And I don't know about you, but I was not okay with that. Absolutely not okay with that. It would give me crippling depression, like anxiety, and it was not good. So eventually I tricked my mom into dropping me out of high school, and I left high school mid-junior year. My parents literally hated me for it, and I always got shit on by my whole family. And they're like, you're gonna go to McDonald's, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. I was like, no, there's other ways to become successful. In my head, there was absolutely no way the systematic way of life was the only way to do life. Like, there was no way in my head that was the only way to do life. There had to be other ways for people to make it. And I didn't just want a 100K a year salary. I wanted more. So I knew there was another way. There has to be another way. Eventually, I came across this girl on social media, and she looked like she was selling over the phone. And at the time, I was working a 9 to 5 that I absolutely despised. I hated that 9 to 5. I would bawl my eyes out to my mom. I'm like, I hate working. For a little bit, sometimes I doubted what would happen with my life, but I was like, there's no way I'm doing this for the rest of my life. When I saw this girl selling on the phone on Instagram and clearly making good money, like living her life, I swiped up and I was like, yo, what are you doing? She happened to be in Miami, so we ended up meeting up, and I learned that she was doing remote sales. If you don't know what remote sales is, when you basically sell on the phone for another company and you get commission off of every product that you sell for this company, basically. But they give you all the people and just get on calls with them and then sell them the product. And I was like, you know what? Anything to get out of this job. So I started remote sales. In the beginning, I didn't have any experience whatsoever. I just I was just good at speaking, so I started selling pretty good, bettering my skill set through YouTube videos, through books. I also watched a lot of personal development on YouTube, so that helped me develop like the way that I speak to people. I started going ham at it, but unfortunately, the company I worked with was really trash and they paid super shitty commissions, so I ended up quitting. And although I ended up quitting, I knew I was really good at sales. Like my closing rate was top tier. I always got into really good conversations with people and they ended up closing, but I was making shitty money no matter how many hours I put in. So I quit. And once I quit, I started dropshipping. And honestly, I don't really want to get too much into my dropshipping story because yes, I did become successful with it, but I didn't like dropshipping. Dropshipping was very stressful to me. And even though I was making a lot of money, I really wanted to stop doing dropshipping. But deep down, I knew that I was really good at sales. I knew I was better at sales than dropshipping. So what if I sold products that were higher ticket? Instead of the $200, $300 products I was selling, what if I sold $2,000, $3,000, or even $5,000, $8,000 products? And this is when my friend reached out to me who had a coaching business and she sold a course on how to do social media. And she reached out to me and was like, hey, do you want to sell for me? And she told me her prices were around $2,000, $3,500. And so I was like, hell yeah. And that's the day I quit dropshipping. So I quit dropshipping right away and decided to start selling for her because I was like, you know what? Let me just double down on this skill set because I actually like it. I like selling. And I'm really good at it. I'm actually good. I started selling for her. She paid me like 10% commission for sales. So I was making like $200, $350 per call I closed. I started making more than I was doing with dropshipping. And no, I'm not telling you to do sales. I want you to understand this concept. This one decision helped me go from broke to 500K in 1 year. So I started doubling down my skill set when it came to sales, and I was really good. I was starting to master sales. I started helping my friend to modify her sales systems in her company so she was able to sell more through, what sales scripts are better, what sales systems should she have, the operation, the in general integration process of the company, all that stuff. I started giving her so much insight on it. Ultimately, that insight got her to 7 figures. At this point, I noticed that my sales skills had exceeded just being a closer. So I started thinking, I'm like, wow, I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, I literally grew her company to 7 figures. Then my other friend reached out to me and she's like, hey, I saw what you did for, X person. I want you to do it for me too. Can you help me out? I'll pay you. So she was my first official client. She paid me $8,000 and I started working with her. I am not shitting you. Like within a month of her implementing all of the process that I taught her how to implement, like helping her with her offer, helping her with her whole business structure, within a month, she went from literally $8,000 a month to $100,000 in 1 month. And I started consulting people on how to scale their coaching businesses. As of today, I've grown multiple 7-figure businesses, all from mastering sales. So listen, I'm not telling you to pursue sales. No guru will tell you this, but the secret to becoming successful is doubling down on what you're good at. The way I doubled down on sales and eventually grew multiple companies to 7 figures, you can do that with literally any profitable skill set. Once again, no, I'm not telling you to go and do sales and do the same process as me. What I'm telling you is pick a skill set and pursue it. Doing all these different side hustles and trying to see what makes you more money is not the way to go. What will really make you money is to double down on what you're good at and keep pursuing that skill set until it grows into something else. And that's pretty much my whole story. It did take me years to learn this, but it doesn't need to take you years to learn this. Now you know. I want you to look at these profitable skill sets, pick one that you like and you enjoy, and double down on it. Look at the opportunity long term of what you can do with this skill set. Because when you become an expert in something, you can charge a lot of money for it. I hope you enjoyed and got a lot of value from this video. Make sure to like it so more people just like yourself can see this, get inspired, and know what to do in order to succeed as well. And subscribe because I consistently spill the tea on everything about business, everything about how to actually grow as a human being and become the most successful version of yourself. Take care and I'll see you on my next video.